There's a lot of hype that Claude Science is some genius AI that's going to automate scientific research. It isn't. And that's the most important thing to understand before you use it. My name is Warren, I'm a health data scientist. In the next 3 minutes, I'm going to tell you what Claude Science actually is, what problem it solves, and one thing we have to be careful about it. Claude Science is a workbench for research. In simple terms, it's one place where Claude can pull all your data, write and run Python and R code, produce your results and figures, and document the entire process. So instead of jumping between a chatbot, a notebook, a web browser, and a terminal, everything happens in one spot. If you have used Claude Code, the tool that writes and runs code for software projects, this is exactly the same idea, but aimed at research rather than software development. And one key point, it's not a new, smarter model. It's run the same Claude models you already have. What's new is the environment around it, not the intelligence inside it. Here's the problem it's built for. Research isn't just one question and one answer, it's an endless loop. You pull the data, run the analysis, check the result, adjust, document, and repeat. Normally, you are the one carrying that loop across a dozen disconnected tools, holding the whole workflow together in your head, doing the same mental routine over and over. Claude Science pulls the whole loop into one place, so you can just tell it what you want in natural language, and it handles the steps in between. Two things make it more than a normal chatbot. First, it does the actual work. That isn't just a notebook relying on you to write the actual code. It's connected to many scientific databases, research tools, and skills, with the AI itself coordinating which resources to use for a particular task. Second, everything is reproducible. Every figure comes packaged with the code that made it and a plain language record of how it was produced. So months later, you or a reviewer can trace exactly which data and which code created a particular set of results. In science, that traceability is really important. And here's why this direction actually excites me. To me, the most draining part about research is about memory. I completed a study, I moved on to the next project, and then a year later, some reviewers came back to me asking me questions like why I picked this follow-up period, why I defined my clinical variables using these ICD-9 codes, why not use lesser regression? This is the worst part of research, and therefore I really appreciate having some AI-powered system that is going to keep track of the entire memory of the workflow and keep track of all the decisions I made along the way that I can always get back to. As a productivity tool, I really like this idea. Now the parts we have to be careful about. Because it's the same AI model underneath, it has the same weaknesses. A better workbench doesn't mean better judgment. And yes, there's a built-in reviewer agent, but the reviewer agent doesn't mean it won't hallucinate. It will still invent a citation or state a wrong number, and it will still do it confidently using some clean professional language. So the takeaway is simple, it can speed up your work, but you still have to verify what it gives you and own the result. You are the scientist, a tool is just a tool. To sum up, Claude Science is a better environment, not a better brain. If your work is about running and documenting analysis, this is a real upgrade as long as you keep checking what it hands you. If you want to stay up to date on AI tools in healthcare research, subscribe to my newsletter. The link is in the description. I will see you next time.